Welcome, everybody, to XCOM Enemy Within. Not just any Enemy Within, but the Baalorlord edition. Kind of delighted that XCOM won the game vote this month because I sort of get forced to show my hand here. This is actually a custom mod that I've been working on for like half of a year for this game that has the sole purpose of just making the game more interesting for me to play, personally. So this is quite a bit of playtesting and effort that has gone into creating essentially my own configuration for Long War. Long War is a very delightful mod that I've put well over 1,000 hours into. It's an overhaul for XCOM Enemy Within that dramatically increases the scope, difficulty, and length of the campaign. And I think it's one of the best strategy games out there. But it does have some flaws, especially if you're very familiar with it. Once you know how to beat Long War, it's not too hard to do and execute on. Not too hard to keep the aliens in a state where they can't do a whole lot. And so for me, that's Enter Baalorlord Edition, which is me tweaking the game to make it more of an interesting challenge myself. There are a couple of rebalances for this game. There's RVS's Beyond Impossible. I think somebody named Ucross made Long War Rebalance, it's called, but I don't have a lot of interest in those. I really am a big fan of how Long War was done the first time, and so Baalorlord Edition tries to keep much the same, but not everything is the same, and very notably, all of the aliens are way stronger in this version. There's going to be more of them, for sure. What made me pick this over XCOM 2? I just prefer this game to XCOM 2, personally. It's also the game that actually won the game vote. This one was specifically picked over the other XCOM options, but it's my personal favorite. I like the visual and audio theming of this game more than XCOM 2. I like the way that combats play out more than XCOM 2. It's a cool game, that's for sure. Why did the XCOM soldier bring a ladder to battle? Because the odds were always stacked against him. XCOM 2 does have much better quality of life, that's for sure. There will be a few things that we desperately miss from XCOM 2, like movement waypointing. Is there a specific order to play these games in as a newcomer? This one's a very good entry point. The 2012 XCOM Enemy Within, I highly recommend as a first XCOM. Which one had the Viper Mommies? That's XCOM 2. Ever tried Chimera Squad? I did. I didn't really like it. Found it very bland. For Big Sky is my my pick. Like Big Sky is our drops, sir. Also recommend Long War 1 as an entry to XCOM. I mean, if you're a hardcore tactical gamer, then XCOM can be your Long War can be a decent entry point. But I don't know. It's maybe not quite a good idea. Some people do get introduced to the game through Long War, though. Chimera seemed like a test of Midnight Suns features. I suppose. It definitely seemed like a testing for something. Long War doesn't seem very beginner-friendly. I wouldn't call it that. And even less so, Baalorlord Edition. There are some difficulty settings that I set here. We'll be playing on Classic for this playtest. So that's kind of what this is a playtest. Seeing how well this mod actually works, seeing how fun it is to play, seeing if people like the changes that I've made. The gist of Baalorlord Edition, though, in short, imagine Long War, then take the alien research and double it. And take the alien spawns and double them too. And that's approximately what Baalorlord Edition feels like for most of the time. We'll be fighting much tougher and much more numerous enemies than a regular Long War run would at equivalent points. Will this mod be available for the peasants? I'm thinking I'll probably put the files on Discord for those who are brave enough to want to try to do a custom install themselves. This is a bit of a multi-layered install, which does make it kind of complicated to get to work. It was a real pain in the ass to get this configuration set up and working correctly. I'm not even sure it is working correctly. I'm only about 98% sure. And we all know XCOM odds, right? So this is not just... Long War is very fascinating. It holds a special place in modding your history because... Not only is it sort of a legendary mod, but it's a mod for which many other, like, sub-mods have been created. Lots of other people have modified Long War. And now I've gone and modified one of those modifications. So this is a mod of a mod of a mod that I've made. which is stupid. Long War is the base mod here, created by Johnny Lump and company, who went on to found Pavanis Interactive and released Terra Invicta. Somebody made a mod compilation that's called Long War 1.1. This is not made by the official Long War team, but is a whole bunch of like quality of life and mini mods for this game all packaged together. And that's what I used as the starting point for Baalor Edition. So I've got Long War and then Long War 1.1, and then from there I've customized my configuration files to create this. How is Baalor Classic intended to compare in early difficulty to Vanilla Long War Impossible? Good question. This should be substantially easier in early difficulty. One of the goals of Baalor Edition is to create a proper difficulty curve, that is, the game starts easy and gets harder over time. And so it's supposed to be easy at the start, although I wouldn't call it free, and it will get way harder over time. Leak with the Prime sub, welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. So let's configure some advanced settings here. I do want to play with the special DLC missions for our first try at Baalor Edition. Last time I played XCOM on stream was like many years ago. Has the air game changed much? Yes. Long War 1.1 has some changes to the air game that I really liked, so I've kept their implementation. In short, multiple interceptors can be sent up at the same time to intercept UFOs, which you could not do in the unmodded game and you cannot do in Long War. And that does add some depth to the air game. There's a few other tweaks that are significant. Overall, I would say the air game is made at its base somewhat easier, but then we have double alien research, which is going to cause the UFOs to get double stat scaling, and that's going to be interesting. I am actually not sure how the air game balance is going to be mid to late game. We might have broken it. We'll see. Ever tried to make a Spire mod? I have not. I'm not very programmy or anything like that. This mod, this Baalor Edition, was created entirely by editing .ini files with a text editor, so there wasn't any real like coding done or anything. Early XCOM is not fun. Takes a few months in game for you to feel like you have the tools to actually deal with RNG. That is a bit of an issue, early game XCOM, and I find it becomes more of an issue if you start to up the difficulty, because the alien aim and damage becomes so high that they get cheap one-shot kills on you all the time. For Baalor Edition, my intention was not to scale the difficulty in that way. I'm not... the aliens don't have individually gigantic stats or damage. Instead, there will be tons of them, and that'll be a threat. Let's see how it goes. So I didn't create the defect class. I did not. Let's see. We're going to enable a few second wave options here. I really like hidden potential for randomized soldier level up stats. That makes really diverse soldiers. I like aiming angles. All in all, this game is very configurable between the second wave options, which are kind of like campaign-long modifiers that change the base rules of the game, and then being able to further tweak rules with mods. The customization that you can have for the gameplay experience in this game is quite substantial. Red Fog is one that makes units get penalties when they get more damaged. I find Red Fog to be overall a buff to the players because, on average, the enemies are more damaged than the player units because, yeah, all the enemies die every time. Most of the player units don't do that. I did used to have sub-alerts from XCOM, it's true. What else do I want to play with? I want to play with perfect information so we can see what enemy hit chances are. I don't think we're playing with anything else here. No roulettes or anything. Just perfect information, aiming angles, hidden potential. That's all I want. Cool. Discover that you actually own this game. It's a pretty cool game. It is a pretty cool game. We are not going to be playing on Iron Man mode. I don't intend to reload saves to get different RNG results to do better in combat, but given that this is, one, a game with tons of bugs, there are so many different weird bugs in this game, and across a very long campaign, you're bound to run into many. And we're also doing a playtest of a mod that I created, which can have badly configured files, perhaps, that cause crashes, in which case I may need to revert to an earlier save file in order for progress to be made. So we're definitely not playing on Iron Man for those reasons, but I don't plan on save scumming, so to speak. But Iron Man is essentially enforced single save file. The game keeps track of it for you. Again, for this personal game, I don't personally recommend ever actually using the Iron Man option in the game because of those aforementioned bugs. If you watch other streamers who play this game, especially with Long War, if they play Iron Man, there is almost certainly some kind of little asterisk on their Iron Man condition, or otherwise will be some set of conditions within the game for which the player considers it justifiable to Alt F4 and crash the game so that they can reload their save using Iron Man. But I figure if you're going to do that for any reason, and there are many reasons to do it in this game, might as well just not actually use Iron Man. Also, avoiding Iron Man, again, reduces the chance that your save file gets bricked, which is sometimes a thing. Not very often, but sometimes. Let's begin a new campaign of XCOM to a shot. Those who play with the devil's toys will be brought by degrees to wield his sword. Wield his damn juicy Advent burgers. If you've never watched this game before, this is about an alien invasion of Earth. Goopy. Still looks pretty good for a game that's 13 years old. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Extraterrestrial incursion. This Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Been a while. So what do I prefer about this versus the sequel? Giant robots, in a word. I guess that's 2 words. So here's the starting location select screen for Long War. In Long War, you have a whole bunch of different options for what country to start in. Each country has a unique bonus to start. I've tweaked a few of these for the Baalorlord edition here, so I'll highlight a few of the ones that have gotten rebalanced a bit. I think this one's a slightly higher will value for the plus global will. What else we got? China. China's xenological remedies is down. This used to be 100%. There's more enemies in Baalorlord edition, so I think this is still more money. I think this is probably a very good start still. This is, in vanilla Long War, I would call this the best of the starting bonuses that gives you more money, of which there are a few different varieties. So again, if you've never seen Long War before, this is a overhaul mod for this game that substantially improves the length, difficulty, and complexity of the strategic campaign, adding a whole bunch of, well, stuff. Why does each country show multiple times? Some countries have different starting bonuses. So, for example, China can be Xenological Remedies, or Deus Ex, which has a different bonus. France has gotten changed. I changed both of France's starting options here. Quai d'Orsay, or I have no idea how that's pronounced. Probably not like that. Quai d'Orsay is one of the strongest bonuses in normal Long War here. I've actually cut it in half. Normally it's 40%, 40%, 40%, which definitely is very powerful. I rebalanced the continent bonuses a little bit too. I made the Europe, Africa, and South America starts bonuses a little bit stronger, or a lot stronger. And I made North America and Asia a little bit weaker. The one that I think I want to go for is the now boosted Foreign Legion. Double starting barracks, 40 additional soldiers. Not 20, but 40. I still think it's probably not that good. I think there's an upper limit to the amount of additional soldiers that you get. But I think this is the start that I want to do for our first try here. One, because I'm probably going to need lots of soldiers. And two, because it lets me name more people in the chat after soldiers, or other way around. What else changed? Not much, right? This is 4 instead of 3, I think. Other than that, these are mostly the same. Yeah, mostly the same. A chance to die in the game, that's right. Okay, so we are going to choose Foreign Legion, starting with 40 additional soldiers in the barracks. And as soon as we select this, we'll be dumped into our first mission. So there won't be any naming just yet. We have to win what they call Gate Crasher. Term comes from XCOM 2. It means the first mission, which we get to start right now.
France is sending an urgent mission request. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
When I streamed XCOM years ago, was it also with Long War? Yes, it was. Yeah, Long War 1.0. But now we're doing other stuff. All right, rookies. Sally forth.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
So, here's our squad of soldiers. In XCOM Long War, you start with a squad size of 6 soldiers. We'll eventually be able to up this all the way to 8 with squad size upgrades as we go. But the goal in this game is to... Well, each tactical mission, usually the goal is to kill all the aliens on the map and try not to get any of your soldiers killed. But then that all ties together from mission to mission across a broader strategic campaign. So we have lots of grenades on these starting rookies here. We're going to have to peek around and see if we can find some aliens. Moving in the wrong direction could find too many aliens at once, though. We want to go around this direction. Some decent cars over here. Let's move off in this direction. I'm not sure how many enemies we will face on the first mission, but it could be a bit of a doozy here.
Headed there now.
Encouraging us to go faster is the meld resource. Most missions have 1 or more meld cans. Did Long War ever fix RNG with grenade and grenade launcher RNG? There are no grenade launchers in this game. Actually, no, there are mech grenade launchers. There's no RNG with where grenades go, though, in this game. So I'm not sure what you're referring to.
10-4.
Alright, with no aliens visible yet, we're not really under threat. This game uses, and its sequel, use what we call a pod system for enemies. That is, enemies travel together in groups that we call pods. Pods are inactive at the start of each mission, which means they'll simply, on their turn, travel together, or stay still and take no other action. Only after XCOM gains sight of the pod do the aliens become what we call active, at which point they'll start taking individual turns, which can include combat actions like attacking us. Inactive pods can never make attacks. Is Overwatch all installed? Yes, we have a hotkey for Overwatch all. That's vanilla Long War, actually. Feels weird to say vanilla Long War. And already we can see some, or hear, more accurately, some of the changes in Baylor Edition. You hear those floater noises on the first mission. Let's poke our head over here.
There now. Target
This
acquired.
is a disturbing sight, to say the least. It's hard to differentiate where the organic material ends and the machine begins.
It's not going to win any beauty contests, that's for sure. I'm sure my team would love to get their hands on that thing.
So, we see our first group of enemies. 2 floaters, 2 drones. Drones have a little bit less health than we're familiar with, but they're just as hard to kill because they have more damage reduction. So despite that 2 health, these things are pretty tough. This soldier only has an assault carbine, huh? Let's see. It looks like most of us want to... What do we want to do here? Yeah, we can get 1 soldier to the full cover here. Let's move here. Soldier only has 4 health, which is kind of spooky. It would be a good idea to blow up a floater with some grenades, probably. The floaters are quite dangerous. The drones, less so. Other soldiers really can't get far enough to do much. Put them in low cover, and they won't really be safe there, though. You could go in low cover. How strategic would I say this game is? It's about as strategic as they come. This is one of the all-time GOATs for strategy games. Apparently I can see a drone from here? What? Oh! That's quite a shot. Interesting. Because you're on the top of the stairs. Alright, well, take a shot through that hole in the wall. 1 damage to the drone. Well, that's why they have 2 hit points. Good shot, though. Nobody else can really make it to a good firing position. We want to AP grenade. Bonus points if I can also get the drone here. Sort of. I want that floater to die. I probably need to put it closer to the center of the explosion. Are the enemies in RAP randomly generated each time? The maps are handmade. There's about, like, 200 maps in this game, and you get a random one from all of the handmade maps. They didn't go to procedural map generation until the second game. The enemies are indeed random from a custom-defined pool. For Baylor Edition, I basically rewrote all of the enemy encounter tables from scratch. That's part of what took so long. Let's just throw a grenade right on you.
Catch.
Yeah, he lived. I was afraid of that. Okay, we should throw another one. Cannot allow that floater to survive. Use the HE grenade, actually. That'll maybe kill the drone, maybe. Really want to kill the drone.
To instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing
They are certainly
aliens,
effective.
They also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
Consider it considered. Alright, we'll put this rookie in the back. Hopefully they get shot at. Or somebody with less health. I'm gonna overwatch these two.
That alien is
Oh, dear.
unusually human in its appearance. They could be using it as an infiltration
That's 5 or
unit of
6.
some kind. I'd recommend capturing it for further analysis.
Okay, low roll on the damage from that floater. I was a bit afraid of that, but that's what I wanted, right? Was that guy to get shot at instead of the 4 health guy in the front. Let's see, so what activated there? 3 sectoids, 3 thin men. That was 6 aliens. I didn't think I could spawn 6 on the first mission. Might be a little too much. Should probably be max 5, but here we are. Not having any smoke is pretty scary, and getting into low cover against Thinmen is even scarier. So I really don't want to... Tricky. It's going to be a short campaign? It could be. Yeah, sometimes you do have to restart the first mission. That does happen from time to time. You have to hide, because you only have 3 health left. I need to kill this floater this turn, or he's going to flank us. This is tough with no,
Rolling.
Tough with no smoke grenades. Smoke grenades are good. Alright, you've got the carbine. Can I throw a grenade through the wall? Not... No. No, I can't. Can I throw a grenade over here? No, because you can't lean out onto the car. Just kind of makes sense. Spooky position to be in, that's for sure. Do not have good cover. Kind of does damage. Awkward through the wall grenade. I just want to lower this floater's health. I can maybe shoot it. Good. Full retreat. Very reasonable here. Very reasonable. Definitely don't want to stick my head out here because we know there's so many Thinmen out there. Let's run back over here.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
You have to hunker. Hunkle. Let's put you over here. But again, I need that floater dead. Good luck. Good shot.
Dead and gone.
Okay, floater down.
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Yeah, our enemies have plasma weapons in this game, but unfortunately you can't just pick them up because the aliens coded genetic locks that detect when the user dies and automatically self-destruct when that happens. It's not ideal. Compared to Spire, how much does RNG influence this game? Probably a similar amount. Spire's very RNG heavy. This game is similarly so. Lots of strategy plus lots of RNG equals XCOM. Definitely. I guess you're gonna move over here. Sneaky. Hide the soldiers. You have to hunker. Yeah, hunker down. And then, do I shoot at the drone? Better to shoot at the sectoid, right? I'm more likely to kill the sectoid. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Alright, so it decides to suppress one of our soldiers. That means they're effectively locked in place. They have an aim penalty for the current turn, and if they try to move, the enemy gets a free shot. Free, very accurate shot. Oh dear, okay. Last pod activates. This is definitely not an ideal first mission. Everything is patrolled into us. Means we might be restarting this mission. It's too many enemies. But there is no problem that cannot be solved by liberal application of grenades, so perhaps there's an out here. Right, poke your head out. Get any line of sight, huh? Just a little help. I was afraid of that. Okay, do we have another HE? No. I panicked, right? No. Flashbang. Dang. Was there a Seeker there? Yes, there was a Seeker in that group. Seekers are a little different than usual. You have less damage reduction. more evasiveness. Oh boy. I wish I moved here. Dang. I guess I'll try to blow up that Thin Man's cover. I don't think this will work. It does work. Cool. Still can't see the Thin Man from there. That's a shame. Alright, we're just gonna have to dodge some shots in low cover, I guess. Tough. Oh, I didn't even hit the Thin Man. Come on. You can do better than that. Somebody kill that stinky Thin Man. Alright, Thin Man down. Still lots of enemies, though. We know we can move the soldier over here, because there is no more enemies to reveal. That's the good part. We can now move freely, at least. You should probably hunker. Oh yeah, that car's gonna explode. We're not next to it, though. Nice. That guy got acid on him. Ooh, that was close. That could have killed him. There's still that seeker somewhere. Please no. Thank you. Well, Thin Man left, too. That's a bummer.
I'm taking heavy fire over here.
Okay, hard to do much. Two people still panicked. Yeah, we need to kill this drone. I think we need to kill both drones, if possible. Thankfully, the floater with acid on them is not so much of a threat. We only have really 3 people who can act, huh? Okay, so one of them has to throw this AP grenade and kill the drone. Is that even possible to hit the drone with the AP grenade? Nope! Okay, well that's really bad. If I can't grenade the drone, then the drone is going to ruin someone, and there's very little I can do about that. Death by drone, what a way to go. Wait for me to see that drone. Interesting. Oh, I see it's there, huh? If I want to kill that other drone, I have to do it from, like, back here.
Moving.
Light it up. God. Alright, now we have very little in the way of things that can kill this drone. Tricky, tricky. Sure, I can't hit this drone with a grenade, huh? I can't make it detonate on the wall. Yeah, I cannot hit that drone with a grenade. That's not good. Alright, take a shot. Nice! 47% for the win. Excellent. Okay, maybe there's some hope yet. Let's see. You should probably hunker. Now, we need to overwatch so that this floater doesn't try to flank our panic soldier, actually. You should get into full cover and reload. Someone will try to move up and use a grenade. I don't think so, though. Just overwatch. Still lots of enemies, unfortunately. Oh, gosh. Fast floater gets there. Forgot they could move like that. So one PFC, unfortunately, meets their maker there from the floater flank. The sectoid gets another one. Okay, if we lose more than 2, I have to imagine that's a restart. Definitely a bad First mission. Not a very good role for the first mission map either, mind you, but that's just life. We'll see what we can do. If I can recover it, I will. But if I can't, then we're dead. Guy's suppressed. Okay, I need that floater to be dead. Oh no. Didn't think that was going to trigger. Thankfully, you dodged. Good dodge. For Anarchy, thanks for 100 bits on the support. Okay, things are getting more under control now. Apparently that sectoid is just in the open. Nobody can do anything, though. Hick.
Adjusting aim.
You gotta watch. Good luck, everyone. How many grenades do you get? Most soldiers start with 2 for the first mission. Yeah, couldn't we just use more of these 40 soldiers we apparently have? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, right, the Seeker. I forgot about that thing. Well, that's a problem when there's only 4 soldiers left. We're cooked, Chad. Oh, yeah. Blank. Well, we did our best. Good campaign. Good campaign. I don't even think I had any soldiers to take a turn with there. Looks doable. What a long campaign. The first and last line of defense.
They're trying to flank us. Repositioning on us.
No, I'm not too surprised. The first mission in my mod configuration is a little too hard, quite frankly. Just because of how the first mission is generated. It's like a swarming abduction or something. It's a surprisingly difficult mission, apparently. It's either a heavy or swarming abduction. And that's how XCOM 2 starts. All operatives lost. I'm gonna restart from the main menu so that we get a different map, because that map sucks. Second wave. We want hidden potential, aiming angles, and perfect information. Let's try that again. Rip the French. Believe that's what the kids call getting gate-crashered. Yes. That. Okay, this map's a bit more reasonable.
We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
What does aiming angles do? It means that if you are in position to almost be flanking a piece of cover, you get a proportional aim bonus. Essentially.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Alright, take 2. Part of the reason the first mission's so hard also is that you don't get to choose what your soldiers have equipped, which definitely makes things a bit more challenging. Though mostly you get grenades. Grenades are pretty good. But yeah, more than happy to just mulligan that. Like, I figured it might happen, that we'd have to mulligan. Let's just be a little careful on turn 1. Bad reveal is definitely a big difference between things going well and not going well. Okay, no aliens yet.
Roger that.
Yeah, Firax is definitely cooked with the atmosphere in this game. It's part of why I like this more than XCOM 2. Because I think this game does atmosphere better. Or maybe I just like the atmosphere more. Either way. Okay, we hear sectoids in that direction. Probably the closest group of enemies. Let's go.
Position confirmée.
This will count as high ground.
I'm sure my team would love
Oh,
to get their
got
hands
2
on
pawns
that
again.
thing.
We're right on top of each other.
We're
Classic.
witnessing something never before
Much
seen
more
in
reasonable, though.
recorded
4
history.
sectoids, 2 drones, 2 seekers. That is at least doable. Especially if we light up the seekers before they become a problem.
Moving out.
That seems prudent.
Eat this.
You may want to instruct
All
your
right,
men
one seeker
to
down.
exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at
People
killing
with low health
aliens,
and full
they
cover.
also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies.
I think it's more important to kill the
Something to
seeker.
consider.
Nice shot. Okay, no
Their
seekers.
weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Gotta watch out for those sectoids, though. You're gonna hunker. You're gonna Overwatch? Not sure what these two are gonna do. We could aim from the back here. Yeah, I think move up and steady weapon to try to make a better shot next turn, perhaps.
Andando.
A good full cover to get into. What's the yellow ring mean when you're hunkered? It is the soldier's vision range. You get reduced vision. So instead of having full vision, they can just see in a tiny circle. Okay. Shots into low cover aren't too bad. Okay, the sectoids moved up. They're in a very convenient grenade grouping, although if I grenade them, as Vulin says, I won't get their corpses, and I do want a few sectoid corpses here. So I'm not exactly eager to grenade all 3 of these sectoids, unless I really have to. Prefer not to. Let's take some aimed shots at these drones. 65, more like nothing. How about a 64? That is just XCOM life sometimes. That's life against drones. Sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. And if you don't hit them, it's a bad day. Usually.
Okay.
These sectoids. You can't stay in low cover, buddy. Not sure if there's more sectoids. Let's have you back up. Shot at the drone. Should be pretty safe from back here. Misses. Take a shot at a sectoid. 35. Misses.
I'll get him next time.
Definitely attempting grenade, but you're gonna fall back. I'll back here in Overwatch, in case that drone shows up. Oh! Crit by a sectoid. It's a low chance to happen, but give the sectoids enough actions and they will do that. Nice shot. Okay, we do have a medkit, so we could save that PFC's life. Which is a very reasonable thing to do. Should be a safe move, too. Can you get over there? Yes, you can flank that sectoid. Question is, where's the 4th sectoid? Don't know. Guess we're at the point where we probably want to risk it a bit, though. No sign of them. I don't know if this is a acceptable place to leave this soldier or not, but I guess I'm going to do it. Okay, save that guy's life. What does Overwatch do? Overwatch means the unit will fire at the first moving target that it sees. Oh gosh, he didn't die. Oh no. Well, that's bad, because now I have to move up and grenade this guy. Which means we have to run this Overwatch. To run an Overwatch means to deliberately get shot at. Luck, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't trigger it. Oh yeah, I've got a sequential Overwatch mod that makes Overwatch a bit weird sometimes.
On my way.
Looks like that means we can avoid triggering it. Oh, that doesn't reach? Oh no. I can grenade this guy, though.
A la orden, comandante.
Oh, that triggered it. Only 7% though. That was safe. Overwatch do be like that sometimes. Alright, well, we can grenade this guy? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, that'll work. That's safe-ish. Let's see if we can get the assault rifle kill, though. If we can kill this sectoid, then the one it's mind merging with will also die. Nice. 2 for 1. 3 for 1. You're gonna Overwatch that. Oh, that's where you were. Not quite.
Eso no me gusta.
Guy's in a complete panic. Alright, 5 soldiers left. We should be okay here.
Voy a...
Ever tried Jagged Alliance 3? I've not tried it.
Moving there now, sir.
No, I can't say that I have.
10-4.
Alright, so one turn to kind of move up and reload a bit here. Presumably, if the sectoid is fleeing, it means there are other groups of enemies for them to retreat to, so we don't want to chase with too much gusto.
Rejoins la position. T'as rien de cassé, ça va aller.
No one left behind.
Let's do this.
Se recargado.
Recibiendo tiros.
Okay, mostly want to stick to full cover here. Unless absolutely necessary. We can move up into low cover and hunker. It's also acceptable. Despite being just a sectoid, it is capable of killing people.
Good to go.
If it rolls well. Nice shot.
Good work out there.
Okay, and that was it. Only 8 aliens. So, like I said, there's a pretty stark difference there between just the enemies we saw on 2 attempts at the first mission. Bit odd. It's only really a problem for the first mission. But, GG. What we didn't do that time is get everybody promoted, which is less than ideal, but at least we got lots of experience on someone.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander.
Thank you.
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Have I played War of the Chosen? Yeah, I liked War of the Chosen. I think it's pretty good. Bradford really was a dork, it's true. Man, only 3 promotions. Oof.
Commander
3 people
to the
got no
research
kills,
labs.
so we had 4 and
Commander
3.
To the research labs.
Stacked the kills too much. Oh well. And 1 gravely wounded rookie. Only 17 days for that critical wound. It's interesting. Why didn't the Seekers auto-stealth? Not all Seekers can stealth. I think it's only a 2/3 chance that Seeker has the stealth ability. So some of them just don't. So, 3 people promoted. We're not going to promote them just yet.
I'll
to assess the barracks as a whole.
Team is awaiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
We got 4 sectoid corpses. Not quite enough for xenobiology. Some weapon fragments, some meld, and a seeker wreck. Not bad as far as first missions go. Not too bad. Take a look at the situation room
Every member of
first.
the council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
So here's the state of things. Not much panic in the world at the moment.
Commander to the
Each of
research
these
labs. Commander to the research
bars
labs.
represents the panic level of the country in question. If a country gets to 100 panic, then they're likely to leave the council at the end of the month. Abandon us. What's up, Avalin?
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Please do so.
Commander to engineering. Commander to
Only get
engineering.
alien weaponry right now with the stuff that we got from our first mission. We needed one more sectoid corpse to have a xenobiology be an option. I don't mind doing weaponry first anyway, so that's fine.
Commander, I realize our troops have to put their own survival first, but every alien we use explosives against is one less opportunity to recover.
Yeah,
new
I've heard the spiel.
artifacts.
But thank you.
Commander to engineering. Commander to engineering.
And Shen.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Thank you. What does the game mean by days? It means in-game days, of course. A campaign of XCOM is typically measured in months. In-game month. With events happening every 30 days, more or less. Although many things happen within each month. The sort of like the cycle reoccurs each month. So you'll see terror missions once per month or once or twice per month.
Commander to
For
mission
example.
control. Commander to mission control.
I'm being summoned. Although, hold on, we got some stuff to do.
Still got some room to grow.
Oh, this is a really nice layout for the starting base here. Early access to steam vents, lots of free excavations. It's a good start.
The deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
We're going to start by building a satellite uplink.
Work crews are on their way to begin construction. I'll send word when the new facility is operational.
And a satellite to go with it. We'll also make a couple of motion trackers.
Commander to mission control.
Imagine playing a whole Long War campaign in real time. There are some people who do things like play submarine simulators in real time, such that their like in-game mission takes a real-time week. Pretty crazy. Shiv? Shiv. Super heavy infantry vehicle. That is to say, it's a vehicle that does the job of a super heavy infantry, aka it is a small car with a big gun. Pretty good item, the Shiv. There's a few buffs to Shivs in Baalorlord Edition. Autonomous mini-tank.
Commander
Alloy Shivs are mobile cover, not this version of the
Commander
Shiv,
to
though.
mission control.
They are not 0 cost, they are 60 cost, which is quite a bit. Lastly, this is the Hologlobe. Here, time passes, and new events appear, many of which are missions that we'll want to go on. Let's have a quick look at the barracks, though. I just want to look at our 40 soldiers here, and just kind of see what some of the stats we've rolled are. We're looking for people with 72 aim. We're looking for people with 15 mobility. Either of those things are pretty good. Given that we have 80 soldiers, which is a ludicrous amount, we should have almost every stat distribution that you can imagine represented here. And I think that means it's time to start naming some of these soldiers after lucky viewers. Yeah, so how deep into the run do we start naming? I suppose right now we name all these rookies, or as many of them as we can, after loyal viewers. Also, potentially do some customizations. Maybe I'll leave visual customizations for the end of stream, because otherwise we won't get into any gameplay. But yes, I will enable name redemptions through the channel point system here. This means only one redeem per person. Made them nice and cheap in terms of points. Have at, yeah. So you can now redeem a name. I'll give you the first rookie available, essentially. If you don't specify a first name, then I'll probably use your name to represent what your build is going to be. And if you don't specify any name, I'll just use your username. And I'm going to be stun locked for a long time. JC with a prime sub of the 9 months, and Shyburn with 7 months. Okay, this will be recruit toolbox. Golden. Burned. Gnomed. Codamine. Blorg. No, not Blord. That's me. I'm Blord. This is Blorg. Bobbio. T. David. Biscuit. Panthyrin. Just me. You got it. The Composer. Wait, no, I'm skipping a few. Nurkit. Can't spell. Can I copy paste? Work. No. S. Steven. E-H-T-H-E-P-H. I like that one. Bianca. Buggy Bianca. Better name. Buggy. Blacktron, ready to serve as cannon fodder. You got it. Oh, Blacktron, rather. It's called you cannon fodder. Death Strike. Maxim. No, Zyrak. Jumbo Shrimp. Shrimp. Snugglefluffs. Data entry job simulation, go. Feels like a real job. Recruit Slate Gray. Keep it. We'll do avian encounter. How do I spell this? I-R-D-L-A-G-A-R-O-A-I-G. How do you pronounce that? No idea. Dynex. Oops. Repo. Jerk. The name I've been chosen. I'm not calling you a jerk. Duke of Rockingham. Close enough. I see. You accounted for that. Necrotal. War strike. Whoops. Frank LaFan. Quit a name. Bromundo. Bathes. Those unlocked. Infrared. You the full name? No. Druid Punch. I cast Fist. Bipedal Giraffes. That's quite a name, too. Jotunborn. Obsess. Leak. Recruit whatever. What you type, that's what you get. Hamda Dev. You got it. So many more. Formica 103. Spencer. Viagra Addict. Thing. Like doing a giveaway would have worked better? Maybe. That's so many redeems. It is. Don't worry, we're almost done. Beepo. Bigfoot Hitnix. I mean, I could have changed the price and everything. Ultimately, there's nothing that can solve the problem that we have more viewers than soldiers. So there has to be some way to choose. Hasta la vista. I like that. Rouse Dower. Group. Leroy Jenkins. Beistar's in there. Good. Terrorish. Can't guarantee that all these soldiers will see action, mind you. We do have 80. Imagine running out of soldiers. Ultor, thanks for the Prime sub in 26 months. Good to see some XCOM. Roink. Organelle Mask. Junkman. Lax. The semicolon. Not just any semicolon, but the. Peanut. Emily Axford for Faley, you got it. Let's see if I can find you a female soldier for that. The White Death. There's one. Rusty. Shackleford. Preponderator, thanks for the Prime sub and 8 months of support. Siddart. Almost done. Billy Zane. Billy Zane here. Raxosac. And yeah, I'll fix your name, Killy Dude, in a second. I gotta go back. Let's do all the others that I'm queued up on. Dr. Anarchy MD, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Donkled. They don't see any more redeems. So wait. The dude said... Not sure what your soldier name was. Let me find it. Oh yeah, because it's a redeem. I see. Heck. Oh, I see. This guy. Just Killy Dude, right? How about that? Oh, and Leroy Jenkins, I also spelled wrong. Oh, G-Roy. Whoops. G-Roy Jenkins. I like G-Roy. But this the GOAT, the original, the Leroy. According to this, we have still a handful of unassigned names. Almost everybody's name now. Looks like there's about 8 left. Rest in pieces, Leroy. I might have missed a few, though. El Dorado, I missed yours. And Vintage Luke. I'll get you too. Great. And I must have missed a few, because I definitely set it to 80 redeems total. When people's characters die, do they get banned from stream? Nope. Although maybe. Mega, did I thank you for 42 months of support? So, sir. Sure, we'll get you in there, too. Will this game become a regular on the stream? It's certainly possible. It's entirely possible. Viewer interest already higher than I expected. That's doing well. Maybe I'll have to dig through the redeems. I might have missed a few. But that'll do for now. We have lots of soldiers with names. Almost everybody has a name at this point. Disable the naming for safety. Blah. There we are. Okay. So the next thing to do is pretty much to scan until we get a mission here. So we just have rookies, so our first, well, our second mission will be mostly rookies, although we might be bringing one of our original 3. BCP Fat Mitch. Thanks for 8 months. XCOM 2 in the Humble Bundle. That's pretty cool. Very good game. For those who have never played. I do remember getting Hawkman. I'm sure we have a Hawkman soldier. So let's scan here. Time passes. Eventually something will appear. Got a report from Mexico. Intel reports heavy UFO activity over Egypt, indicating Egypt is probably going to be the first to go.
Commander,
there's an alien abduction.
For assistance. Abductions in progress are marked
Abductions in Nigeria. So we'll want to respond to that with some of our soldiers. One of our recruits already came back, so we can give them more experience. Might want to use fresh recruits, though. Do I want to bring somebody who's already been? Vicente Jose has 39 will. Good lord. You have 42. That's even worse. Oh my god, these initial soldiers have a hot mess of stats. Good lord. We do want to get some, essentially, officer recruits. So I think I want to pull, for this first mission, soldiers that have stats that would make them good officers. Base defense, base health, and will are the things that I consider for officer promotions. You want a mixture of all 3. Too little defense, and they get shot at and die. You don't want your officers to die. Too little health, same problem. Jumbo Shrimp's okay. Well, let's respond here. Turn block. It's not supposed to be enabled. to tweak stuff. T. David seems like a decent officer. Romando? Bigfoot's okay. 5 defense on Junkman. Junkman's got good will and defense, not so much the health, but that's maybe fine. Lax is pretty good. Leroy seems like a very appropriate officer, actually. Let's bring Leroy. I want to bring one specialist, so let's take one of our fatigued soldiers here. Probably this infantry. Although, no, I don't want to promote this infantry yet. Gunner with 11 move, huh? Guess we can make Vicente into a medic, sure. Although medic's not exactly an exciting soldier
Just
bring.
like it sounds, the support class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
Let's go medic here. Didn't roll health. Good aim, though. Bad will. Oh well, better to have a... promoted soldier than not have a promoted soldier, I suppose. We're gonna bring smoke grenade and some med kits. On our medic. Last rookie. Let's take a 15 mobility rookie. Bianca. 4 health, 15 move, 65 aim. This is a very good recruit. We're doing urban block, right? Yeah, so let's take some explosive grenades. T. David, 62 aim. I want assault rifles on basically everybody. Bang and smoke. Motion trackers are not done, so we don't get any motion trackers. I'd like everybody to have 6 health minimum. One more smoke. Okay, pretty low mobility squad overall, but reasonably happy here. Okay, let's launch the mission. Good luck. Our first real mission, not counting the first one.
Listen
Operation
up.
Vengeful
We're going to be dropping
King.
you deep in the Nigerian interior for the next operation.
At though.
Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities. Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
Abductions are one of the most common types of mission. You have to respond to the abduction, defeat all the aliens on site. If you fail to do so, you will cause panic, or there will be panic in the country that you failed to defend. I like this map, kind of a little urban 2x2 block of buildings. Very quintessential XCOM map. Poke our head around a little bit. Good general advice in XCOM is to limit the amount of new tiles that you reveal vision-wise on your turn. And to do all the revealing at the start of your turn. Because if you encounter aliens, then they will become active, and you will have a bad time if your soldiers don't have actions to deal with those active aliens suddenly. If the aliens get a turn before you can do anything, you are probably going to have a bad time. You can get an idea of what we're facing and where. Patience is good in this game. Sounds like just sectoids, okay. There is meld somewhere on this map.
On the move.
Got it. Moving.
Kicking windows unnecessarily, also part of the XCOM experience. Windows we can break, the better. Move up. And I guess join everybody else. Officers cannot be psionic, that's correct, for Long War. Officers can be gene modded, and psionic soldiers can be gene modded, but officers cannot be psionic. Alright, 4 sectoids, not too bad. Hold in this direction, too. Interesting.
Got it. Alien object in sight.
Alright. We get to see whether there is meld on the map and how many turns the meld has. This is actually not part of Vanilla Long War, this timer here, but there are ways to kind of deduce it, so nice quality of life to just have it shown. Their sectoids are outside, huh?
Moving to position.
Get a grenade over here. It's tempting.
Moving to position.
Cool. Line of sight. You could also grenade, right? True. I think the timer is part of vanilla, actually, though it's been brought back. It was not to kill with this explosive, but if it does, it's fine. Yeah, it did. -1 sectoid corpse, that's fine. Alright, you're gonna run up here.
Let's do this.
Be in full cover.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Roger that. Scan immediately.
En observation.
Alright, takes a low % shot at the guy in full cover, no problem. This looks like another grenade here.
I'm taking fire.
No hits, thankfully. I love that Firaxis put the effort into making these hilarious, like, posters and box arts on the walls here. Like, what are these is that the XCOM guy doing a singing? Interesting art here. What else we got? Remarkably detailed wall art, actually. These are cool. I like this one. Good stuff. Wait, what? Does that say? Slippery wet? Slippery.
I'm on it, Commander.
Alright, nuke these nerds. Again, try not to kill them, but if you do, it's fine.
Suck on this!
That's more like it. Want the intact sectoid corpses obtained from shooting them in the face, not from blowing them up. We also want to make sure our recruits get kills, so that everybody gets promoted here. David, get promoted. Junkman, get promoted. No, don't get promoted. Jenkins. Leroy. Actually, no. That's the medic. Medic's already promoted.
Moving to position.
I don't like being in low cover like this, but it's fine.
He's down.
They appear to be dead.
Okay.
Okay, we get the meld next turn. Let's Overwatch, because there is that one more sectoid. There you are. Alright, no more sectoids.
Moving out. Got it.
Alright, 5 meld. It's the minimum amount that you get at the campaign start, so no biggie.
Position confirmed.
There is more meld on the map somewhere.
Aye, aye. Rolling.
Ready, boy. Défense. Good to go.
More vandalism.
Comfort zone.
Ready to engage. Hear that?
Okay.
On my way.
No need to ask twice.
Défense.
Clacks are way far behind here. Gotta catch up with everybody.
Running.
Let's take a turn to get sort of reunited here. We'll put ourselves at the entrance points of these buildings. So we can reach into them next turn.
Roger, Dodger.
On the move.
Aliens detectados.
Oh. Oh dear.
I'm being flanked.
It's quite the location for those. That should be the remaining aliens on the map. I think there's only going to be 2 pods with the light abduction. See if you can find where that meld went. Down here somewhere. Okay, so we want to get distance from these drones, get behind full cover, and take pot shots at them, essentially. It's the best way to deal with drones, typically. Divide and conquer could work. Does the meld timer start before you find it? Yes.
Alien object
Yeah, there
in
it
sight.
is. You're gonna run way over here. Hey, we want to fall back with most of the other soldiers here. Those drones will mercilessly flank us if they can. They will be rude about it too.
Affirmative.
Let's get
Moving out.
everybody way over here. Ish.
Double time.
Into full cover, far away from the drones.
On the move.
Drone AI doesn't always know where to go. Might act a bit weirdly here. Okay, that one's an easy kill. When they land on the ground and they don't have this shield icon, it means they're much easier to hit. Oh, there's one shot. The only one even fired at us, thanks to that run. I see there's even more meld on the map. Good. Okay, let's try to kill the 2 that landed. Keep falling back.
On the move.
66. Good shot.
Bye-bye.
Can't make it into full cover, unfortunately.
That's affirmative.
Bianca doesn't have a kill yet. Shoot this drone. 70%.
Damn it.
Not connect. Alright, recruit David. You're going to run over to this meld. That juicy meld. You can also get the meld by winning the mission before the timer is up, but... Oh, shit. I was wrong about there not being more enemies. Well, David's probably dead. I definitely thought we had revealed all the enemies. Maybe I can throw smoke at him. Classic getting killed by the meld. Meld is a trap. The meld always is a trap. The meld has always been a trap. Bummer. That's no good. Now, I'm not going to be able to save David, I don't think. Game.
Marchando. Recibido. Estoy vigilando.
Blinded by the meld. It happens. Yeah, it happens. Alright, shoot this. The Jenkins! Sad thing is, I won't even get that meld, probably. Misses. Oh, he panicked. He's super dead now. Dude. Well, that's a predictable outcome for a greedy maneuver, unfortunately. Definitely thought there was only 2 pods.
On the move.
Shots. Okay, so 2 drones on the roof. Gotta keep falling back. Destroying this drone would be a good idea. Can't see through here yet. Sectoids, it's fine. There's a proximity aim bonus to shots, so this is more likely to hit. Only 1 damage, though.
I'm on it, Commander.
Really like that drone to die. I might have to grenade it. Let's see. Let's see from here. Take this shot, medic.
No me queda cargado.
No good.
Headed there now.
Take this shot as well. There we go.
God.
This guy's in a bad spot. I'm definitely not above using an AP grenade at this point to smooth things out if possible. Although I don't think I can actually kill these drones with a grenade. So let's just take another shot. Good luck. No.
Failed to connect.
Where the heck does Leroy go is my question. I think you might be safest hunkered here, actually. I'll distract all the aliens over here. But yeah, shame to lose those meld canisters and Leroy. It's tough. Thankfully, we had enough spare soldiers. Or not Leroy. The other guy. Leroy lived. Okay, double move from that drone. Actually, not a bad turn. That's not good, though. If I hunker again, this sectoid will flank Leroy here. So I might have to run that Overwatch or something. Bummer. These shots are pretty good, right? Good position here. Alright, we gotta take lousy shots at drones. Already doing well, though. Lousy shots, go!
I'm out of firepower over here. Damn it.
Is there another drone? Yeah, there is one more drone somewhere. Not sure where they are. Tricky. Alright, I think this will prompt Overwatch, but I gotta make it. No, it didn't. Cool. 53 to hit. You're still gonna hunker, though. Shoot the drone. No.
Outruns. Missed.
Foolish.
Yes,
Okay. Leroy survives the mental assault.
They're moving around the
Oh no! Woo!
Coming far.
Realized they could flank us there. Got lucky. Sectoids had pretty trash aim, thankfully. Is that also a flank? Not quite. Junkman was definitely in the wrong spot there. We got lucky. Now I have basically no ammo on anyone, apparently. Concerning. We're still in a bit of a tight spot here with no ammo. Looks like Jenkins can at least move, though. That's an improvement. Be a good time for a grenade. The situation is a little dire.
Moving out. Heading out.
Reposition. Grenades are ammo. True. In a sense, that is true. Alright, who doesn't have a kill yet? Junkman. Junkman can't get a kill either. Neither does Bianca. Bianca can get a kill, though.
Suck on this.
Kill. Leroy gets a kill, too. Good job, Leroy. Okay, the meld is unfortunately gone, and so is our soldier, but we can at least wrap up this mission without further problems.
Let's rock and roll.
I'm on it, Commander.
Heading out.
Take a 54, Junkman. Come on. Ah, not quite. Might have to smoke bomb that. Let's see. There is still a drone somewhere.
Good to go. I'm
Just
ready.
where? I'd really like for Junkman to get a kill here. Overwatch.
Ya estoy.
Okay. If I want to guarantee a kill, we can move up on that thing. They guarantee, though. Nah, better just to shoot it from here. All right, Junkman, take a 54. Come on. Dang.
Oh, missed the target.
Dang.
That's affirmative.
Me dirijo allí. Fallado.
Jenkins! Yes. Okay, killed the close one. Let's have you flank around.
10-4.
Bianca, take a 20%. Good shot. Didn't get a kill, though. Alright, still want Junkman to get a kill, so I'm gonna have Junkman take a... and Bianca. We'll just take bad shots here. If either of them hit, then good.
Damn it.
Yes, Junkman, get promoted.
Hostile eliminated here.
Or at least get your first kill.
Ahí te voy. Got it covered.
There's that drone.
Tiro desviado.
Hey, Come back here.
Will do.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, still Junkman or Bianca. Let's just reload for a moment.
Moving.
Shot wide. Location confirmed.
Corriendo. 10-4.
Shouldn't be a flank. Sure hope not. Jenkins can take a 58, but I don't want to because I want Junkman to get the kill. Oh, that was foolish. It's almost a flank. No wound, though. Just the 2 armor health. All right, Junkman, run up there and shoot this thing in the face. Good luck. Thank you.
Mission accomplished.
Get promoted. All right, we did lose a soldier. That was 14 aliens and a late abduction, though. Or caught us a little bit off guard. I thought it would be less. Acceptable. So 1 KIA, 3 promotions for Clax, Junkman, and Jenkins. Jenkins being heavy weapons guy does feel appropriate. Although Assault is even more appropriate. 7 drone wrecks. Which means we get 7 alloys. A little bit of meld. Decent. A little bit of money, too.
Touch, Commander.
What we want to do now is sell enough
Council have expressed an interest
stuff
in acquiring some of the artifacts we've recovered. However, we should
to
be
make
careful in
another
choosing what
satellite.
items we release. The research team may not have discovered their true value yet. Commander, the artifact we're about to sell to the Council hasn't been examined by the research team. I'm sure Dr. Vahlen would be disappointed if we put financial gains ahead of our own research and development.
Well, tell her to stuff it. Oh gosh, that finishes just in time. Spooky. Hopefully that'll work correctly. We'll see. Rip David. Anything else I need to do? No, we have no money. Let's see if there's another mission. UFO would be good. Hello? So Canada is the first country to withdraw from the Council. It's kind of unfortunate. There's always one country that withdraws in month 1. This is the aliens infiltrating their government and setting up a base. So there's now an alien base in Canada. How could I have done this to my own people? Alright, there's our first UFO. Let's send up Raven 1 in aggressive stance. Good luck.
We have eyes on the bandit.
It's 2 hits to shoot one down, usually. There we go. Nice and easy for the first one. Raven 1 gets promoted and can now command a squadron of 2 fighters. So we can send up 2 fighters at the same time if we want to. More importantly...
Central, this is Voodoo 37. We have a
Crashed
confirmed
UFO.
kill on bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down. I'll copy, over.
Solid copy, Voodoo 37. Nice work. Central out. All right, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site.
She's coming into range now, sir.
On screen. Magnify.
Enhance.
Still in one piece. Commander, I recommend we get a strike team to the crash site immediately.
So we splashed a scout UFO. Now it's time to raid it. Where's the fighter promotion come from? That's part of the Long War 1.1 mod pack. Good question. I have a whole bunch of little tweaks and things that are not directly part of Long War nor my own contribution. Hey there, Aztecs. This is my own custom difficulty configuration that would be pretty comparable to Long War Impossible, I think. How many hours does a typical campaign take? Like, multiple hundreds, genuinely. Like, 200 plus. Let's see here. Okay, so we have a bunch of people. We need to decide on some officers now. Recruit Junkman is a perfect scout officer. So Junkman, you're going to be my officer. Officer Junkman. And I might make Clax into one as well. How long until you know you won't win the campaign? Well, that could be pretty fast. Okay, officer at a Clax, too. So, I've made a few changes to the perk trees in Long War, and scouts are one of the big ones.
Of damage from afar, but without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
Instead of lightning reflexes being the base perk for scout, battle scanner is the base perk for scout, so that scouts can actually, you know, scout, allowing you to get vision from afar. Lightning reflexes is still available at Lance Corporal, so we can get it pretty quick if we want to. Take battle scanner here. So, Lance Corporal is now holo targeting, lightning reflexes, lone wolf. Concealment is gone. Your tech sergeant pick is now hit and run in the zone opportunist, and I've given an opportunist build to scouts for them to use with the strike rifle. But we have battle scanner for now. This guy's extreme mobility will give you a shotgun and some heavy armor. Flashbang, that'll be good against the outsider or outsiders. Officers don't run overwatches, that's correct. Junkman, you are also battle scanner. You have way less health, so you're gonna get the strike rifle. Guess I'll give you the smoke grenade. Anyone else I want to stack experience on? I see we have some rookies that didn't get promoted properly. This is not the mission for them, though. Probably just take 4 rookies, right? Pull rookies from the top. Although I want to avoid rookies that have really bad stats. I guess Toolbox is going to be a good sniper. Fabio. Take some more 15 mobility soldiers. Prepo. A motion tracker. The submachine gun. Good luck. Is there an XCOM explained? Not from me, there's not. Good question, though. Smoke flashbang on this guy. Flashbang AP grenade, good for you. You're fine, you're fine. Somebody needs a med kit. You get a med kit.
If you enjoyed that video, watch this one next. And don't forget to follow on Twitch to watch the content live. Click the link in the description below.